You have a big presentation coming up at work and you really want to shine. The only problem is you're terrified. Not to worry, public speaking coach Debbie Fay is here to help you conquer your fear and give that killer presentation. I believe my mic has gone off. Yes. Before we start, let's talk to Debbie right now. My mic has gone out, so I'm going to go ahead and share one with you. We're going to get some new batteries in here in just one moment. In the meantime, Debbie, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Oh,
thanks
good.
for having me.
Oh, thank you so much, and I apologize for that right now. We're actually getting that taken care of in the meantime. But let's go ahead and talk about the idea of fear when you're speaking in public and how to overcome it.
Right. It's amazing to me that supposedly fear of public speaking is bigger than fear of death. Can you imagine? But year after year, this is what the studies are showing. So what do you do about it if you're afraid of public speaking?
Right.
The first thing that you want to do is what I say is turn your focus 180 degrees. Nervous speakers start feeling nervous, which we all do when we very first start speaking in front of an audience. But if we don't pay attention to our nerves, they abate, that we calm down. What I find with nervous speakers is they're inside their own heads talking to themselves about how nervous they feel, how everyone can see how nervous they are. They think everyone can see them sweating and their neck flushing and their knees knocking and their hands shaking. And the truth is, no one can see any of that.
I love that. And you know what? That smile, though, that's what we see. That's what I see. I really love this shot of you here.
Oh.
So now here, I just want to know.
Okay.
Because some people can say, yeah, don't think about it, and nobody else can see it. But
True.
What are you thinking when, for example, this photo? What's going on in your mind right now? Because you look pretty excited, and you really look like you're being yourself.
Exactly.
What were you thinking there?
I was completely thinking about the message that I wanted to get across to my audience.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking about myself. In fact, what's hilarious about that photo is my hair is really a mess. And it didn't matter. The audience didn't care. I didn't know. And if I had known, I probably wouldn't have cared at that point because I was so much more focused on getting them my message.
Right. Yeah, it really isn't about you. It's about the message. And I think once you remove yourself from that, right? So let's talk about removing yourself from yourself in a way. So how do you get your message across? Do you talk in front of a mirror? Do you record yourself, play back? What are some good tips?
Well, you're on to the most important tip for fearful speakers and those who want to be better, more powerful speakers, and that is you have to practice. And you have to practice out loud. In your head doesn't count. People think that if they're sitting in their office clicking through their PowerPoint slides that counts as practice. It absolutely does not. You have to stand up and say your presentation out loud.
Okay, now you say turn your focus 180. What does that mean?
Turn your focus 180 degrees. That's what we were talking about not paying attention to yourself, not thinking about yourself, thinking about your audience. When you're focused on them and getting your message to them, you don't have headspace to be worried about yourself.
Right, I like that. So when you're really focused not on yourself, I mean, to be quite honest, everybody is self-centered, whether that sounds good or bad, right? I mean,
Right.
It's the truth. So I think if you remove yourself from the situation and you just send the message, is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. And I couldn't agree with you more that the reason why the audience doesn't see you sweating, doesn't see your neck flushing, doesn't see your knees knocking is because they don't care about you.
They don't. They just care about the message. So that's really
right.
important, Debbie. Thank you so much
You're
for
so
joining us.
welcome.
I apologize for my microphone going out, but you know what? Everything happens for a reason, and you remove yourself from that, right?
There you go.
All right,
Focus on your message.
That's right. Log on to WTNH.com for more information, and we have our live shot, Middletown.